Hey guys, this is Yellow Bagels, and I am here with a new video. Now, this video is going to be different from other videos because I am doing a certain type of collection video, as you've seen in the title. I am doing a collection on my airplanes, which is the model of, this is a modern airplane collection. So, I'm going to have, like, models of different companies of airplanes. That's pretty cool. That now this model collecting is actually pretty big in the business with just like not Delta Airlines, it's just like airlines in general. It's actually pretty cool to get all these different varieties. So I'm gonna start with the European airlines first, and we're gonna get going. All right, guys. So my first plane here is an Air France cargo. I believe it's a 747. It's a really cool one because you can actually see it actually has an inside. I can't open it. Let's try to zoom into the cockpit. My camera's not working. There we go. Now these are really cool because they're pretty much identical to the actual thing. It's a very beautiful plane. This one will sell maybe, I'm not sure the prices on these. I'll check them real quick. Yeah, guys, so a plane like this, a model airplane like this can go for about $50. They are really cool to have. It's a really nice plane. Alright, on with the next one. Alright, guys, and next we have a British Airways World Cargo plane. I don't know specifically what model this is. Some people might know. It says Global Supply Systems. I really like this one because it has I'm sorry, guys. I really like this one because it has, like, the wheels are extremely detailed, the landing gear. Now, this one will actually sell for around $120, including the little cargo thing. The story... Wow, my throat just killing me today. Now, most of the stories of these planes come from my dad. He got most of these for free, actually, because he works up at the airport in Georgia. And when you work in the offices up there, many times companies will give you free, like, model airplanes just as a gift for working there. And I believe he actually traded for this one. I'm not sure what it was. He got most of these a very long time ago. Alright, on to the next. Next is a Cargo Lux airplane from Luxembourg. It's obviously a cargo airplane. Then again, I believe it's the same model as the, I have a lot that are the same model. I believe it's 747, I'm sorry. Alright. But this one's, I like the color on this one, the stripes. And it also has some nice cube design. That's their logo. It also seems to have a little black spectrum right there. I can't make it out. Oh, it's a flag of some sort. I'll have to research it later. And they have the what is it? The European Union logo thing for some reason. I don't know. It's a pretty cool plane. It came with a thing. I think this one would be like $20. My dad got it for free. Then again, from the company. So this is a pretty nice one. I'm going to set it off over here. We're going to get to the next plane. Next up, we have a Swissport. What model was this? It says it down there. It's an A380-800. It's a Swissport passenger plane, actually. This is the first passenger plane I've shown on here. The rest are just cargo. It's pretty nice. My dad, then again, he got it for free because this is actually the company he works for. And as you can see, it has a nice white, it's a double-decker, so that's pretty cool. It has a nice white-orange design on it. And I'm not sure how much these cost. I'm not sure the exact prices, but these are really nice. And next we have a KLM Cargo. This is a Boeing 747 model. As you can see, it's a cargo plane. And it's for Dutchland, actually. So I'll let you guys see that here. I had to move because the lighting was not working with me on those other planes, especially the bigger ones. So this is just a beautiful, I love the color. I've always loved it, pretty much. I think this was actually my brother's at one point. I don't know. I love the blue color. I don't know if you can see it very well in the camera because it has some saturation. But it's a really cool one. And let's get on to the next one. Next, we have an Alitalia Model 777-200 Boeing, and it has some nice wheel designs, just like some of the others. Now, what's special to me about this is that I really like the colorations. Reminds me of pizza. But the thing that's pretty special about this one is that if you didn't know, Alitalia is actually mostly dead airlines business now. They are actually privately owned by the Pope now, because they're I don't know what they did wrong. They did something really wrong, and they lost like all their financial assets before or after this plane was made. And so like this plane is kind of just like old. They don't really have these anymore. And it's not a very like serious airline anymore. So yeah, it's pretty cool to have one of these models, especially from a company that isn't really around anymore. So now I'm gonna start getting into the Asian airlines. This is a Chinese Airlines cargo plane. It's a Boeing 747-400F. This is one of the cheaper pieces. I believe these are very common amongst like people who collect these. And I also have a second one, which is why I believe they're very common, because I have literally two of them. Although I think this is a different type of model. You can see the different colorations. Like this one is more modern. So you can kind of see how they have the different details on each one. Let's turn this one around, get you a side view. China Airlines Cargo, and then they have their little design with the flower. And they have the model number there, which is pretty cool. Now here's a Japanese Airlines passenger plane. This is an older model. I believe this is actually from the 1980s. So this is pretty cool. It's different because, like, unlike more of today's model airplanes, it's lower quality, as you can see. It's painted. It's pretty cool. I mean, you have the design. I like this. I always like that back part because it shows kind of the country and the company and all that. As you can tell, it was a double-decker. I believe this was like staff cabins for long trips. And it actually kind of reminds me of the Zeros from World War II for some reason, which were basically the fighting planes of Japan back during World War II, if you didn't know. So we'll be looking at a new one. Now this one right here, it's the same company, although as you can tell the design is different. And I gotta fix something with this. There we go, I fixed it. I just had the little thing backwards. So this is a Japan Airlines Boeing 747 probably. Now this one's also a double-decker, but the difference between this one and the last one I just showed you is that this one is much more modern and expensive. Like the one here, like these are the two compared. Now obviously this one was actually really expensive. This one was a trade. I traded like 2 airplanes for this. They were the nicer airplanes. So like as you can see, the inside is actually a model. Try not to get that camera shaken up too much. If it'll even freaking focus. I don't know, my camera has so many problems with focusing. I've been trying to get a new one lately. And I want to do a collection video, but I can't until I get a better camera and a tripod. So as you can see, even the engines have a lot of detail. I just noticed that. I don't believe this one has wheels. Oops, you just saw my bed there. Anyways, So this is a pretty cool one. I traded a lot for this. Like the two planes I traded, they were expensive ones. So this is actually like a $200 plane right here. See the plane number, UNICEF, the country's flag, and it's a really nice one. This is one of my favorite ones. Before I go on, I just wanted to show you guys this little British Airways World Cargo that I forgot to mention. It's a very small variant of the one I showed you at first. And it's just really cute. And as we go on, you can even hear an airplane. So, this is... I believe I got this just a couple years ago at a convention. I'm not sure which one. But it was pretty cool. Here is also definitely one of my favorite planes that I got when I was around 7th grade. Now, this is one of my favorite and definitely most controversial planes. Because if you didn't know what happened a couple years ago, Qatar Airways... Okay. See, this is a much more expensive plane also. Because Qatar is actually like a first-class company when compared to Delta. So basically what happened is that Qatar was moving into the Atlanta airport, which if you didn't know is one of the world's biggest airports. But the thing about that is that Qatar is a much nicer airways than Delta, in my opinion. And what happened is that Qatar was actually cheaper flights than Delta. So Delta started advertising that, oh, Qatar did all these terrible things. Qatar Airways denounced them and all that, boycott Qatar. Really, they were just a whole bunch of lies just to try to get business away from Qatar and to Delta and a lot of those other companies. Which is why a lot of people don't like Qatar. Because they believe those lies for some reason. Which is crazy. So anyways, this one has a lot of nice wheels. The stand, I really like it. Even though it's kind of slippery when I'm trying to do a presentation. I like how you can actually turn like how you want it to. You can make it look up, you can make it look down, you can make it go sideways, you can make it go diagonally, you can make it look like it's stalling. Oh. And there we go. That's a problem. It slips. Also, really nice Qatar. Anyways, so yeah, this is like a $250 plane. I'm not going to be messing with this much more. And you probably heard me enough talking. So, let's get on with it. So, I know this doesn't really count as an official airplane model. But when I was little, or not exactly little, but when I was like in 5th grade, I made this plane. And, of course, you can tell it's a World War II plane. What is it? It's called a Mustang. As you can see how many Japanese fighters it's put down. It's really cool. I don't know, I was really proud of it. One of the propellers broke off, but I was like, whatever. Because I glued it on there like 4 times and it just kept on breaking off and I didn't even care. So anyways, it's a cute little plane. Just to show you guys something that I made a while ago. So here is a 160 Sikorsky VH Knight 60 and White Hawk. It is a presidential version. I know it's not an airplane, but I don't even care at this point because it's still pretty cool. It's a United States of America helicopter, basically. That's summing it up. And I believe this is like the one the president travels in on occasion. I don't know, it's pretty cool. So let's get moving on. So this airplane was one of my first airplane models. I liked it a lot because it said CFA, which if you didn't hear me ranting about coins for amateurs for like the past 6 months, that is my initials, which is why I really took a liking to this plane, CFA 1973. That's the name. So this is actually a privately owned business called Chapman Freeborn Airlines or something like that. This is just a small version. Let me take out, this one is like $30 maybe. Let me take out the real one, because now this one I got as a Christmas present. Not this one, but the one I'm about to show you guys. I got as a Christmas present a couple years ago. And man, it is still my favorite airplane out of all of them. Because, like, my dad, his boss actually had it. I lost like 5 airplanes trading it. I just need to show it to you guys. So here is CFA Junior, my little baby, which I got when I was like 9. And here is a Big Daddy. Oh, here we go. You can let me just show you guys the size difference between these things, cause you probably can't tell on video, but this thing is like massive. Like, look at my hand compared to it. No, this thing is amazing. This is like a $500-600 airplane right here, and it even has some nice stuff at the bottom, if you can read that. AN-124, chartered by Chapman Freeborn or something like that. And then it has their website. So, I love this one. Like, this was crazy to get. CFA 1973. Then again, that was the year, or the number of the plane. So these two are my little babies. Just place that on top of, okay, that didn't work. Anyways, so this is a really, like, it's a really nice hobby to get into. It's really fun to have all these planes with me. Especially this one. This is my baby. Anyways, so yeah, it's a really fun hobby to get into. Then again, a really expensive hobby to get into. But, of course, there's no such thing as an inexpensive hobby. So, anyways, I love airplane collecting. At my other airplanes, this was a lot of dusting involved. So, anyways, I'm glad. I was actually planning to do this video, like, back in 2014. But I could never really get it out for some reason. Some kind of error in YouTube. But, yeah, it's a really nice hobby, to get into. It's really fun. I accidentally knocked over my Quasar. There we go. And it's just amazing to see, like, the different diversity of these airplanes. Especially this one. Anyways, guys, you're probably tired of hearing me rant. And I know a lot of you are mad about my giveaway. So, anyways, I'll get that out soon.